Okay, next we're going to have a look at how we use our competitors to help us with our keyword research. So first up, let's say we are actually a diesel mechanic in Adelaide. First, I just need to check that's what people are searching for. Okay, so 260 people every month are searching for diesel mechanic Adelaide. Let's see if that's the best one. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, so we're going to say that's what we're trying to be ranked for. We want our homepage to come up for diesel mechanic Adelaide. So what I'm going to do now is actually jump over to Google, and I'm going to, well, I can actually, let's just actually we'll put it into Google first. Let's have a look. Diesel mechanic Adelaide. Okay, so when we have a look at that, first thing that pops up is the map. Okay, so this is why you would want Google My Business, and we'll get into that later, set up, because this helps you to be seen on the map, and it's completely free to set up. Okay, these guys here, they're ranking number, well, being shown number one is because they're most probably the most specific, Diesel Centre. These guys actually have 67 reviews, so that puts them up a little bit more. But they've got the word Adelaide and diesel in their title, hence most probably why they are showing up above these guys. Okay, but you definitely want Google My Business and to be put on the map, but we'll get into that later. Okay, so let's have a look. Well, the first thing that's actually showing up is Seek, so jobs for diesel mechanic. Okay, so there's no website, so let's go and see what the actual first business that shows up. Adelaide Diesel Centre. Okay, so they're the ones that are the first business that I would say is ranking organically for this. Then there's not, you're jumping into a lot of job sites, so I wouldn't say it would be that hard to get your ranking up above some of these other things for Adelaide Diesel Mechanic. But let's open up these guys' website. Okay, and let's actually see what keywords or how they're going. Okay, so these are the number one guys that are coming up for that search term. We're going to put them, put their website into Ubersuggest, and we're going to see what words they're actually trying to rank for. Okay, so they've got 365 organic keywords, and their traffic's 250 a month. Very low domain authority, which means they wouldn't have many backlinks or haven't spent a lot of effort there. But we're not going for a super competitive keyword here, but your domain authority and your backlinks will help with this a lot. Okay, so looking at their traffic, it's actually declining a little bit. The keywords that they're actually ranking for are Adelaide Diesel, Adelaide Turbo. So these might give you some ideas if you offer services within and you have different pages for different services. Adelaide Turbo Services. You might go, okay, we've got a page that's going to be called Turbo Services, and let's try and rank for Adelaide Turbo Services. Okay. Diesel Mechanics Adelaide is what they're really trying to rank for. Because it drives the most traffic out of most of their keywords. But if you are a diesel mechanic and very specific, what we can do here is we have a look at all the keywords they're ranking for. And again, this is a low search. So here we can see everything that the keywords in place. So they've got the broad one, diesel mechanic, 6,600 a month, which sounds fantastic, but it's very broad. It's and they're in position 75, so no one's going to ever find them over there. But I don't know if you necessarily need to be found there because it's so broad and unspecific. Okay, this isn't a bad one, diesel mechanic near me. Again, once you're past about page 1 or position 3, to be honest, you're really not getting seen. Okay, but what the whole purpose of doing this is getting more keyword ideas, okay, and working out whether they are specific for your business and things you might do. So what I generally do, if I found a competitor that I go, wow, they've got lots of great keywords, this is great, I'll use that as my starting point, and I can actually download this as a spreadsheet. Did that work? So what it does is it should in a minute, download it as a spreadsheet. I'll try one more. Oh, sorry. press the wrong button. Oh, I think it's just popped outside of my screen over here. There it is. Sorry, it was just outside of my little screen. Thanks for waiting. Okay, so what I would do though is really do your keyword. If you're a general mechanic, choose someone that's actually ranking for this. This is very specific to diesel mechanic Adelaide, and this is a starting point. So it's giving you ideas. What I tend to do is download this. We don't need the URLs because it's relevant to the that other business. But what we're looking for is keyword ideas and search intent. And then I generally go through and I'll delete the rows that are very not specific, so I might go through, delete, and then I'm left with a bit of a list that I think, yeah, this is good, and then I might add to it. And then what I'll actually do is go through and go, okay, diesel mechanic Adelaide 260. I want to try and get my home page ranking for this, okay? And then I'll go through all the pages in my website, or if you're in the early stages of business setup, it's good to do this before you actually design your website, because some of these search titles might be great to use as page names or URLs, okay? And it's hard to change it afterwards, but if you're in the early stage of thinking about a website, it's actually worth doing this first. So anyway, this just to give you an idea of how competitor analysis can help you pick your keywords. It's not to copy someone else's keywords, it's to get ideas, okay? And it's worth doing on a few different businesses to really get a really good idea of the words that you want to be ranking for, because ideally you'll most probably have a keyword allocated per page. You can have a bit of a crossover, but generally that's how we start, and you really want to think about your number one keyword. So anyway, that's a bit of a starting point on keyword competitor analysis. Okay.